9. Social media influencer killed. During a concert, gunfire broke out, killing a model, an Instagram influencer, and the wife of a Paraguayan football player. Ivan Torres, an athlete with Club Olympia, and Cristina Vida Aranda had 3 beautiful children together. Cristina Vida Aranda was shot in the head while attending a concert and was taken to the hospital by her husband, but tragically died. According to local media reports, the model and Torres had recently announced their intention to separate after 10 years of marriage. Although the incident was being looked into by police, it's believed that the young brunette was caught in the crossfire of a fight in the VIP section at Paraguay's Jose Asuncion Flores Amphitheater. Unconfirmed sources say that Ederson Salinas Benitez, a local drug dealer, was the intended target of the shooting that also claimed the life of Marcos Ignacio Rojas Mora. On top of that, 4 injured people also received medical attention. Despite having a panic attack that night, Ivan Torres remained unharmed. Cristina, 29, died after experiencing cardiac arrest, according to Yolanda Gonzalez, director of Itagua National Hospital, who also noted that Cristina was intubated when she got to the medical facility, and that attempts to revive her continued for 25 minutes. At the time of the shooting, a band named Binomio de Oro was performing on stage. The show ended quickly after the incident. 8. Gone Postal. In December 2021, a shooting damaged a U.S. Postal Service driver's vehicle, but luckily missed her. The incident resulted in 2 Richmond County men being sentenced to federal prison after pleading guilty to felony charges after the shooting outside an Augusta convenience store. The men, 32-year-old Corey Arkeem Bussey and 30-year-old Darnell Dwight Brown, are both from Augusta. Bussey was given a 48-month jail term for assaulting, obstructing, and restraining a federal employee, while Brown received a 48-month sentence for having a firearm while using illegal drugs. Each defendant also received a $1,500 fine, and after serving their terms in jail, they were required to undergo 3 years of probation. Bussey and Brown are said to have come into contact with one another while shopping at a bargain store on December 9, 2021, and engaged in what a witness called a non-verbal altercation that ended in Bussey flashing a pistol, according to court records and evidence. Soon, they met again. They ran into each other in the parking lot of a gas station. Coincidentally, they both parked next to a postal service vehicle. Almost immediately, both men started to open fire, each wielding a semi-automatic pistol. The postal worker laid on the ground, terrified, gripping onto safety while bullets hit her van. Although Brown ultimately avoided the shooter, the mail carrier, and other customers at the convenience station, bullets hit Brown's car and a nearby tire shop. 18 shell casings were discovered by investigators. They both left the area. Investigators from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office later detained Brown, while Bussey turned himself in to U.S. Marshals in August 2022. 7. Vacation turned deadly. One of 2 tourists killed in the alleged crossfire of a gang gunfight on Mexico's Caribbean coast was an Indian woman from San Jose, California. Anjali Riot was identified by authorities in Quintana Roo, the state that includes popular vacation destinations like Tulum, Playa del Carmen, and Cancun. A German lady who was also killed that day was Jennifer Hensoldt. The incident happened on October 20th, 2021, at a street-side restaurant near Tulum's Main Street that has some outdoor seating. 3 other foreign tourists were also injured. If you are currently in the Tulum or Playa del Carmen region, or are interested in visiting, stay within your hotel facilities. The German Foreign Office advised its people in a travel alert regarding the rising violence. According to authorities, the shooting started between 2 rival gangs that run local narcotics sales on the street. It seems that the tourists were having dinner at the restaurant and may have simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time. The local civic organization, Citizens Observatorio of Tulum, released pictures of handwritten signs from the drug gang Los Pelones, also called the Shaved Heads, that showed up at a Tulum market the next day. The group said they'll continue shutting places down, such as Mini Quinta, the restaurant zone where the shooting occurred, if people don't start acting straight. They also said that the shooting was a warning to comply with extortion requests for cash security and that they mean business. The murders posed a challenge to Tulum's reputation as a safe, carefree beach resort without Cancun's crowds and troubles. There had been indicators for months that the situation was getting out of hand. 6. Yakima shooting of innocent people. An 11-year-old girl was shot when gunfire broke out on September 15, 2020, in a neighborhood in southeast Yakima. Her home in the 1200 block of South 11th Avenue was allegedly shot at by a 22-year-old man riding a motorcycle. The girl was asleep when her leg was suddenly shot. She was taken to a nearby hospital and treated for her injuries. According to the authorities, Charles Taylor, a 14-year-old, was shot in the leg the day before at his home on Willow Street. He later passed away at Virginia Mason Memorial Hospital. And on July 4, 2020, a bullet fired from a passing vehicle injured an 11-year-old child who was enjoying the 4th of July celebrations near his house, striking him in the leg. Just 3 days later, right before 1 a.m., his house came under fire from another passing car, resulting in him getting hurt once again in the same leg. A bullet also hit his 9-year-old sister in the leg. Both survived. Drive-by gang shootings have been happening a lot in Yakima, and it seems as if younger people who have nothing to do with the conflict are the ones paying the price. Police Chief Matt Murray stated that everyone is disgusted by the rising violence. An innocent girl was shot while sleeping in her bed. The chief said it is a sad situation all around. 5. Christmas Eve murder. A cosmetologist was shot and killed outside a bar in Liverpool on Christmas Eve, and the accused 23-year-old man has pleaded not guilty. When a shooter started firing outside the Lighthouse Bar in Wallasey Village, 26-year-old Elle Edwards was an unknowing passerby. As the suspect appeared via video connection at Liverpool Crown Court in early April 2023, Connor Chapman entered a not guilty plea to the murder and 8 other charges. A 28-year-old man was among 4 other people who were hurt. Luckily, his status is no longer life-threatening, despite his severe injuries. Also, Connor denied handling stolen property, a Mercedes A-Class car, between December 22nd and 26th, 2022. He also said he didn't have a modified Scorpion submachine pistol and ammo to harm others. A second suspect, 20-year-old Thomas Waring, pleaded not guilty to 2 charges: possession of a Scorpion submachine gun and helping an attacker by getting rid of the vehicle that Chapman is believed to have used. Tim Edwards, Elle's father, has since waged a campaign to increase awareness of the terrible effects that gun and knife violence have on families. He finished a charity walk to collect money for Guns Down, Gloves Up, a campaign to encourage individuals to take up sports like boxing instead of getting involved in violent crime. 4. Darius Lee. In June 2022, a morning shooting at a get-together in Harlem claimed the life of a college basketball player and injured 8 others. The young man killed was a college senior named Darius Lee. He was only 21 years old. Lee was visiting home for summer break at the time. 6 other men and 2 women were among the injured. At a news conference, NYPD Commissioner Keechant Sewell said that Father's Day weekend was supposed to be full of celebrations with people's families. Police did not immediately have information on the crowd, any suspects, or actions that may have led to the shooting, since the investigation was still ongoing. But they did recover the murder weapon. According to reports, the event was a barbecue that a rapper called Rich Reimer from Harlem hosted. He sent out invites over Instagram. He wrote, "Let's go for a three-peat." noting that neither of his last two cookouts had any violence. Before enrolling at Houston Baptist University, guard and forward Lee played basketball for a small college in Sullivan County, New York. He was studying to receive his bachelor's in sports management in December 2022. Lee's head coach at Houston Baptist Church, Ron Cottrell, was deeply saddened by the news of the young man's death and said Lee was an amazing person and was a pleasure to have on the team. The incident takes place at a time with widespread concern about gun violence, and the U.S. Supreme Court is debating whether to overturn a rule that makes it completely impossible to carry a pistol in New York. In the city, shootings decreased by 11% in 2022 compared to 2021. Despite a 12% decline since 2012, murder rates remain at their second highest level in history. 3. Holiday shopping shooting. Brandon Boogie B. Montrell, a popular TikTok creator, was killed by a stray gunshot while out Christmas shopping in New Orleans with his grandma. His mother, Sherilyn Price, confirmed that 43-year-old Boogie B was killed while sitting in his parked car outside a store. His mom called out the city's criminal activity and the authorities for not properly doing their jobs. Heartbroken, Sherilyn said that Boogie was the victim of years of neglect that have left New Orleans locals without any hope for the future and without any fear of repercussions. The New Orleans Police Department confirmed that Boogie was an innocent bystander and not the intended target. His mother stressed that the leaders of New Orleans need to pay closer attention to what's happening on the streets in order to do their jobs better. In her opinion, opportunities are created and presented by leaders, and one of the biggest opportunities should be to be able to live in peace. Fear of being involved in violence and chaos shouldn't be an issue. With his amusing Hood History series, Montrell gained a large following on TikTok and other social media sites. His series showed historical sites in Crescent City with a lighthearted perspective. The individuals who are thought to have murdered Montrell during the shooting remain at large to this day. Authorities have publicly released surveillance photos of two suspects they believe to be responsible, though. Juan LaFonta, a friend and family lawyer, said that Boogie was a wonderful man who was always continually moving forward and was never involved in anything illegal. 2. Highway tragedy. In connection to the shooting on the 2021 Oakland freeway that killed young Jasper Wu, 3 people have finally been arrested. On November 6, 2021, about 2 p.m., Jasper and his family were driving down Interstate 880 when they suddenly got caught up in a rolling gun war between 2 competing gangs. The time of the shooting happened as 23-month-old Jasper was sleeping in his car seat. He was fatally wounded by a bullet that came through the front of the windshield. According to the district attorney, innocent people being shot due to gun violence, gang violence specifically, is one of the most tragic situations possible. In her words, innocent people are quite literally caught in the crossfire. The horrific nightmare for the Wu family and their baby being killed in such a senseless and violent manner can never be reconciled. Ivory Bivens, Johnny Jackson, and Trevor Green were the 3 suspects held responsible. There was a 4th person involved, but he was later killed in a similar accident. They were each accused of murder, firing at a moving car while it was occupied, and having a firearm while being convicted felons. They are now awaiting trial. Hopefully justice is served for little Jasper. 1. Loving mother shot in the street. In a massive bust brought on by the stray bullet death of a Queens woman in 2021, almost 24 of New York City's most dangerous gang members were taken into custody, making the streets of New York City a little more safe. Judelia Vallinas, a 37-year-old mother of 2, was fatally shot while going home from a shopping trip for her family in March 2021. This served as the trigger for the investigation that led to 84 counts of indictments against 23 gang members. In a shooting that officials believe was a result of an ongoing conflict between 2 gangs, Valles, a Mexican immigrant who worked as a house cleaner, was struck in the head by a stray bullet while walking home in Woodside on March 21, 2021. The rivalry began in 2018 when a drug deal caused the relationship between the two Crips gangs to crumble. Ever since, the crews have engaged in drill rap videos and online trolling, which has resulted in drive-by shootings as well as blatant afternoon gunfights. The gang's alphas are the focus of the indictment. The accused are between the ages of 21 and 40. According to authorities, 18 of them have reportedly been involved in shootings. In contrast to the other defendants who were accused of conspiracy and other offenses, just 15 are facing attempted murder charges. In connection with the killing of Valles, two men, Benaya Reed and DeJuan Williams, both 19, were charged. She was a devoted and loving mother to two young children, a 9-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son. She was just half a block away from her apartment when struck. Keechant Sewell, the city's police commissioner, sent out a warning that officials will be back with more cases and more arrests whenever violent offenders threaten our communities. Thanks for watching today's video. Which one of these cases did you find the most interesting? Let us know in the comments, and remember to subscribe. See you soon. Bye.